Now to the mega CNBC TV 18 exclusive, someone who has been long on the market and who is urging you to go long. Shireen Vance spoke to Big Bull Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Let's hear out a slice of the conversation.
The problem is that there is a cancer it is born. Now you are afraid to treat or have an operation for the cancer because what will happen? First of all, the banks are not admitting the NPAs. So Mr. Raghuram Rajan made them admit.
Yeah, so there's been NPA recognition.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Second is, see, you have to resolve the matter. Suppose there is a loan of 45,000 crores. Now 30,000 crores is good. But still there's the entire thing, not the entire amount may not be provided for. And you cannot get ahead in life. See, there have been even more severe financial crises in the world. Even in Sweden, in America. But those crises have been solved if the economy has been on an upswing. So the Indian economy is on an upswing. So the question is, what the Reserve Bank could do is, and it's still in the framing stage, it will force the banks to recognize the NPAs and provide for it. That's not going to solve the problem for public sector banks in my opinion, because they should need capital to provide.
Yes.
That has to be found. Second is, you know, at Pedder Road, 14 banks will be there of a common owner, which is the government of India. So to, you know, their cost-income ratios don't go down. So how do you work on their efficiency? And third is there is a big shyness to lend, right after the experience. So that shyness has to go away. So I think, at least for the banks who have adequate capital, right, the cancer will be operated upon and the results will be known. And I think the results will be good. So banks who are well run, who are efficient, right, I think for them it is the last 18 months of difficulties.
So you think the pain, at least for the likes of SBI, etc.
I don't want to take any names.
Sure, fair point.
Right, but for the banks which are efficiently run, which have got adequate capital, I think we'll be out of the woods in the next 12 to 18 months.
Okay. So does this make you more confident about the state as far as the Indian banking sector is concerned?
Absolutely. Another thing that's going to happen is, see, most of the bank NPAs are arising out of lending taking place between 2009 and 2013. Now those NPAs will be recognized. Post 2013-14, banks have been very careful in giving money, right? So I don't anticipate much NPAs once the legacy NPAs are solved. So after that, then banks, if the credit cost goes down, they'll perform well. And then I also see an upswing in credit growth.
So let me ask you then about how all of this translates into earnings growth. And do you believe that we are now going to see a significant pickup as far as earnings are concerned?
See, I don't look at earnings, you know, on a broad basis. The sectors, you know, private sector banks are doing well, NBFCs are doing well, metals are doing well. It's only pharma and software, which is a good constituent of the Nifty, which is not doing well. Pharma, I think, has made or is near a bottom. And software, I think, growth rates in future, according to me, are going to be better than what the market's predicting. Maybe not this year, the years ahead.
So you're confident about the tech sector?
I mean, I don't say this year would necessarily be very good, but I surely think that with period of time, these growth rates will improve.
But what are you basing your confidence on? Because if you look at the commentary that's coming in, whether it's on the visa-related issues or generally as far as the environment
issues
perhaps overblown. Yeah.
I'm basing my confidence basically on one thing, that I don't agree. I think software spending is set to go up.
Yes, it is.
Now it has the model has changed. And I am confident of the Indian companies' abilities to change to the model. They may take time. There may be less work in maintenance, but more work in digital. So I think with time, the Indian companies will respond. And the Indian cost and ability, I don't say only cost and ability advantage is unmatched. So there is no question Indian companies are going to take market share. So I see no reason why tech will not come back.
So you see a revival for the tech sector?
Yeah, but I'm not recommending to buy anything, but
I made that disclaimer right at the start of the show. No recommendations here, it's just a conversation.
So it is, because I feel that, you know, the Indian companies have changed their business, they were just in Y2K. And I feel that Indian companies are doing far greater growth, far greater and better quality work than just linear work. So I think there is underappreciation of the quality of work Indian companies are doing. And I see with their cost advantage and the ability advantage, and I use the word ability, I see no reason why they will not adjust to the new models. It's taking time, that's all.
You said pharma perhaps is also at the bottom at this point in time. What gives you the confidence that we are going to see a revival there?
Three factors. why the bearishness? One is the generalization, which the government of India is claiming, which I think is a keeper's dream. Right? Now, I don't think you can tell it's not been, you can do generalization if you have a control on the quality of the manufacturer. In America,
so you don't agree with the move towards moving to generic?
It's impractical. I don't say agree or disagree. I say it's impractical. It's unimplementable. Right? Because you don't know the quality of who's making where what.
What about greater price control?
Greater price control, they are having price control from 50% of materials already under price control. Right? Second thing is, the problem was erosion and enhanced competition and consolidation in America. I think that's coming to a climax. And third is the rupee. I personally feel rupee will also go back to 66, 66 and a half, 67 levels. Right? So I don't say they've bottomed. They might have bottomed or they might be in the process, and I can be wrong.
But what about the FDA-related issues that most Indian companies seem to be burdened by?
It will be a legacy issue, because I think more than a technical issue, it was a cultural issue. Kuch bhi chalta hai. But now Indian companies realize you've got to be very careful.
So you're keeping the faith in pharma?
I'm keeping the faith. I think it's going to be one of India's very, very large industries.
One of the other sectors, and in fact we had Warren Buffett on CNBC for about 3 or 4 hours actually last week, talking about the sectors that he believes in and has faith, and he said airlines and the aviation business is no longer a suicidal business. You've kept the faith in Indian aviation as well, Indigo and SpiceJet. How confident do you continue to feel?
See, I don't want to stop out my positions, but I am bullish. Well, if we look at, so we'll talk about Indigo, 84% return on capital. 92% payout, still 9,000 crores cash. Industry going at 20% a year. So I don't know a company which constantly return on capital over 60-70%, and you have a cash to market cap ratio. Right? His is 7%, Nestle is 3%. So I don't see any reason why there should be bearishness in airlines now.